Hey, how are you guys doing? I am actually going to do something on Facebook. That's why I am doing this right now. There's no audience here anyway. I'm not on the other side. I will. Let me post this and justice for all. That camera probably will be watching me. Okay, I am live on Facebook too. So just to post something saying to know that I come live on this show. So I have figured out how to get around Facebook. You see, you don't fool me, okay, motherfuckers. You don't fucking fool me, okay. That's what this show is about, okay. Whoever watches it, they know, okay, I use explicit language all over the place, and I'm a little loud because I was wearing this headset. I see. I thought I'm taking the phone, but the phone is getting charged there. Only the cover. Comedy of errors. You see, I haven't. Even I'm having puffy eyes, and why today? I'm rusting. I'm actually rusting. It was fantastic. And good night's sleep, and I had some work to do, so I finished that work. I was watching Shanti Niven. Shanti Niven, however she calls herself, Shanti Niven, I think. Wow. You guys should watch her. You can see on Facebook. You can see, I have posted a link to her live shows, and it is awesome. And that's not the thing I want to really say. What I really wanted to tell you is I was doing live shows on lonelypoet.org, and I was trying to figure out how do I actually bring in the pictures, a live picture from there, directly, because the lonelypoet.org page is, designed by me. I actually took a WordPress 3 theme, and I'm gonna go WordPress theme and modified it in such a way that I can post this. What's the name of this? Ustream chat and video, which you are seeing right now. I'm live on lonelypoet.org. And I know I'm recording it, and whatever I'm recording, it will be there underneath. Underneath that you can see like the same thing you see on Ustream directly. If you want, you can go to Ustream and find Lonely Poet, or just type in lonelypoet.org and you can find it there. Directly will come. But when I come, I wanted to make sure that my shows really show up on wherever I want to. But in Facebook there is a problem. They're not picking up this image because it is actually an A-framed one. It is sitting in an iframe, this embed. And I had difficulty in modifying that iframe thing because when I actually changed it, it doesn't show up anywhere, even on my WordPress or my lonelypoet.org site. So I wanted to get around it, so I want some picture to come. So I went to the theme and they actually came back. And, this is a very, very, very interesting link. Let me see. I think I turned it off. Let me see if I can find it. Where are my bookmarks? I cannot turn that off. If I turn that off, my this thing will go. Okay, I need to open a bookmark, and I'm going to quickly tell you what is that. How do I find a way around of that? It's not like totally we're finding a way around everything on Facebook, but Facebook got something called, okay. Somebody gave me a link to something that calls Open Graph Object Debugger. Okay, there is something called Open Graph. I think most of the people who technically know this, I know Open Graph. Those are meta tags, you put on top of your web page so that, Google, Facebook, those kind of guys, they come and look in your page. They pick that up. So based on that information, when you post, so it actually pick in the right image and put it in there, so that there's an image that will show up with this Open Graph. Same like Google pages, as well as there are other websites, where it's a search engine optimizer thing. But this is required, and I think I'm on Windows. I'll be able to show this. Let me see if I can go into a quick capture screen. Capture screen. Yeah, I need to move this. I think you can see what is it I'm talking about. I should have actually did something else. Can you see this object, debugger? Say if I'm actually saying, say lonelypod.org, what it does is, okay, fetch new scrape information. When I do this, what Facebook does is this. It picks up all the details about it, and it picks in this image. What I did to actually give them is in the meta tag and the meta property, I'm actually giving which picture they should show. So I took a picture before that, and I actually gave it. So my fellows on Ivy Log, as well as the others community, they should understand this is how you actually trick them. So you put that page in it, and I'm going to come back to my own face. I don't want to show too many technical things. So I think you know. So you need to Google Open Graph, how to do Open Graph OG tags on Facebook. So there are web pages associated with it. I will post it on the bulletin board there. Where to find that? I cannot give that in a live show right now. A link. Even if I give you, it will be very. But it's pretty easy. You just do a googling of Open Graph. Or you can say Open Graph, developers.facebook.com/tools/debugs OG object, like that. So if you just look for object debugger, Open Graph object debugger Facebook, just Google that, you will see this. So I actually gave them, this is the picture you should be showing in the OG image, the Open Graph image. So I gave that link, like you just saw. That link actually clearly tells them this is the image they should show. So yesterday I put an image, I tested it. Today morning I came, changed the picture, took a picture, like, right, the picture you see is me just holding my hand like this. The old, what do you say, communist dictator style, or whatever you call that. So I was just making fun of things about that. But this I figured out. This is how I figure out. Now I need to figure out a way. There are people working on how to figure out a way to get around any kind of automated algorithms, because this is how the automated algorithm works. There are people who are strictly testing each and every corner of Facebook. Imagine that there are guys who have no job. Okay, I have some work to do, so I just did. There are people who have no better work to do other than sit and figure out how this. They actually push this. I was a very good tool for them. I was a very big tool for them. That means, okay, they actually use me, saying, okay, what is your experience with Facebook? What this? Things are falling into my mouth right now. They actually told me, your experience with Facebook is one of the best we have seen in recent times, because they understood, okay, this is a specific way of how the algorithm works. When somebody gets really blocked out, they are not completely blocked out, means they are not banned from Facebook, but they actually suspended some of them, my abilities to do things. It all started with the girl blocking, and then she going through her own calamity. I don't know what reason she had, but whatever happened, and we learned from it. We learned from that terrible mistake. Somebody, I made a mistake. It was an accident from my side, and then a mistake from her side. She should have easily told me, okay, yeah, I don't want to deal with you. But instead, she did that, and that's what she knows. I mean, that's the option they give. They didn't give a pop-up or anything. They should have given a warning about, okay, yeah, this is what's going to happen. If you do this, certain things will happen to this guy's account or something like that, so that they had given. They just gave that choice in that way, but whatever happened, but it gave these guys a good learning experience of, okay, the algorithm sits and look for these parameters. So now they are working on, they are creating fake accounts. That's what they do. They are creating fake accounts, and that fake accounts, they actually do this and say, okay, how many times somebody need to be blocked. That means it's not one person who blocked or one person who did this. There were other people who were doing that for a while. So within a short time of the span of time, or what is the span of time? And now they are looking, when will I be allowed, or my promotions will really show up. I recently did say there's something because somebody told me from that group of their underground users, so I can reveal their information. They actually told me, okay, why don't you put a post or a comment on Mark Zuckerberg's, Facebook page? So I went and and I got the real good this thing post for that. He is writing, we are going to create a democratic and independent system. I was like, wait a minute. Democratic and independent is got nothing to do with a Facebook or any website. You cannot democratically or independently run a website. Where a website is usually run based on a top-down order. That means, okay, it is a military system where the website decides, okay, this is what we are going to do in our website. Okay, the business doesn't really run on democratic principles of electing a lot of people. Well, you are a public company, okay, I agree. But if you take those options, if you, I'm getting abused there. I know that was, it is a message that comes in. Okay. If you actually run a website or anything in an absolute democratic way, it just doesn't go to work. It is not how it should be done. Because, Facebook, there was a problem with Facebook. I mean, they went in depth or into the messages of people and grabbed the messages and see how they are behaving. That is wrong. I mean, you cannot go into private messages of people and, extract data out of it. That is wrong. Okay, I agree. Totally agree. That should have been protected by Facebook. It is Facebook's duty to protect it. But on the other behavioral data which Cambridge Analytica was using from Facebook, or intentionally, I don't know how this all happened. The internals are not fully known to me, at least I don't know yet. But from my understanding, it is like the other data, behavioral data of people are going and clicking on this particular ad, people are going and clicking on this particular link, these people are reading this information that is being given by Facebook. Those behavioral information, I don't know whether I'm not saying I don't know. Actually, in reality, Facebook owns that information. It is Facebook data, because how people behave in my site or Facebook site is their information. That information belongs to Facebook. They can do whatever they want to do with it. We agreed to actually do that. I know that it is happening. People with any kind of sensibility know that this is how Facebook creates their algorithm. So based on that information that is coming in, they actually add new computer code into it, software code into it, so that they can actually make their ads effective. That's their business. Government or any government whatsoever or people cannot tell a business how to run their business. Okay, that's none of their business. So this is a good time to actually for Facebook to tell anybody else, I am doing my business, and that is none of your business. Okay, there you cannot say that. I mean that I am totally with Facebook on that. The messages part, somehow the messages got exposed. That's what my understanding from internally when I heard that when they were giving that information, the message part came around with it, and it was an accident for which they are apologizing, and I accept that. Mistakes happen, but this is one way to actually do things. There are people working. My point is, there are people working on things to identify, okay, this is how their algorithm really behaves. So the next part for people like me, or people like those who are working, we are going to generate a set of information saying that, okay, in general, this is how this is how this system behaves. So be careful when you actually do things. And as far as I'm concerned, that's where I came out and said, okay, when people actually said, the next time you should be careful, when you are adding a friend, or when you send, when you are commenting on people who are not your friends, if you're really writing a comment, you should be careful. And you know what I said? Fuck you, okay? Fuck you. I don't care a fuck about this, okay? I don't care a fucking freaking fuck about any of this Facebook system or corporate American shit. Even though I supported Facebook in many ways, I don't care a fuck about this, okay? Because I own my own sites. You come and try to beat me in my own sites, okay? When, Mark Zuckerberg was, sucking his thumb, I was actually creating websites and running it. You understand, motherfuckers? So you don't fuck with me. And that is one of the message I want to give too. So in one way, I do a show, and I know I'm not a very decent person to actually do shows, but I do my own shows. And if you don't want to fucking watch my show, because I got some complaints that my shows it is long and do shit. You don't have to fucking watch my show because it runs in my web page. Okay, lonelypod.org. You don't have to come to my site. Go fucking watch some porn, motherfuckers. Okay, that ends my show today. I'll see you later in the evening with my full poetry show. Okay, have a nice day.